This $5,000 electric car from Africa just outsold Tesla in emerging markets. You read that right. A $5,000 fully electric vehicle with 250 miles of range just outsold Tesla across emerging markets last quarter. And it's not from China, Europe, or the US, it's from Kenya. While Elon Musk is busy tweeting about robo-taxis and the Cybertruck, a little-known automaker called Mobius Motors is quietly doing what Tesla has promised for years, delivering an affordable EV for the masses. And they're not just talking, they're building. When the sales numbers dropped last week, Tesla's stock plummeted 7%. Why? Because this wasn't just another competitor. It was a wake-up call, a complete reimagining of what an electric vehicle can be. And it didn't come from Silicon Valley or Detroit. It came from Nairobi. This changes everything. Vehicle pricing, battery design, manufacturing. The Mobius E1 is rewriting the rulebook. And here's the kicker. The first shipment of 10,000 units to the US is already 80% reserved before the official launch. But the real story isn't the price tag. It's how this African company cracked the EV puzzle that stumped Silicon Valley for decades, and why Detroit, Tokyo, and even Tesla are now playing catch-up. The origins. A different kind of mission. Mobius Motors didn't originally set out to build EVs. Founded in 2010 in Nairobi, they focused on rugged, affordable gas-powered vehicles designed for African roads. But in 2019, everything changed. We realized the Western approach to EVs was fundamentally flawed, says Mobius founder Joel Jackson. Tesla and others were adding technology to fix problems that shouldn't exist in the first place. Their breakthrough came from asking a basic question. What if we designed an EV from scratch, not for luxury, but for affordability? The result, the Mobius E1, a radically simple EV with just 370 parts, compared to over 10,000 in a Tesla Model 3. Weighing only 1,800 pounds, and built entirely around efficiency. No frills. Just functional, practical, reliable transportation. Unreal performance for the price. The numbers are shocking, especially given the $5,000 price point. 250 miles of real-world range, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.7 seconds, top speed, 85 miles per hour, full recharge in 4 hours on a standard home outlet, 10-year battery warranty. Compare that to Tesla's cheapest Model 3, which starts at nearly $39,000, nearly 8 times the price. In real-world driving tests, both cars covered 200 miles and finished with 20% battery left. One had a 17-inch touchscreen and glass roof. The other? No nonsense, no luxury, just mobility. So how is this even possible? Designing for simplicity, not luxury. Mobius focused entirely on what people actually need. The E1 is a 4-door, 5-passenger vehicle with a 40-kilowatt-hour battery, 107 horsepower electric motor, regenerative braking 10-inch center display, basic driver assistance like automatic emergency braking, durable fabric seats, washable rubber floors, and a minimalist dash. No leather, no glass roof, no overpriced features people rarely use. And yet it works beautifully. We removed everything that doesn't directly serve the vehicle's core purpose, says Wanjiku Njenga, Mobius's chief engineer. Even the manufacturing is different. The E1's body uses dent-resistant composite panels in just 4 pieces, slashing complexity. The battery requires 60% less wiring and cooling, and their factories? 95% automated, using 70% fewer robots than Tesla. Real drivers, real savings, real reliability. Ask the people who actually drive them. James Odambo, a delivery driver in Nairobi, says switching from a Toyota Corolla to the E1 saves him $140 a week on fuel and maintenance. It's never had a problem, even on rough roads and heavy rain. Sarah Mucha, a teacher in Mombasa, charges her E1 twice a week at home. I never worry about range, it's simple and reliable. Independent testing in Kenya's Rift Valley showed the E1 maintaining 85% of its rated range, in 95 degrees Fahrenheit heat with air conditioning running. In Rwanda's mountains, regenerative braking increased range on downhill roads, and with just 8% battery degradation after 200,000 miles, Mobius's battery outperforms most lithium-ion packs on the market. The battery breakthrough, iron-air matrix. Here's where Mobius truly flips the script. Instead of joining the global scramble for lithium, Mobius developed a battery using iron, aluminum, carbon, and air, materials abundant in Africa. "We didn't try to win the lithium race," explains Dr. Amara Kante, Mobius's battery chief. "We reinvented the rules." Their iron-air matrix battery stores 70% as much energy as lithium-ion, but at 10% the cost, with no rare earths, no toxic byproducts, and no need for billion-dollar gigafactories. These batteries are made locally, in small facilities, with nearly zero water usage. MIT battery expert Dr. Yi Jiang was skeptical until she saw the data. Mobius traded energy density for simplicity and cost efficiency. For mass-market EVs, that's a smarter optimization. Microfactories, a new manufacturing model. Mobius didn't just rethink the car, they reimagined the factory. Instead of billion-dollar megaplants, they built a network of 27 microfactories across Kenya, each the size of a retail store. Each one costs just $3 to $5 million, employs 30 to 50 workers, and builds parts for up to 15,000 vehicles a year. If demand grows, they don't wait years to build a new gigafactory. They open a new micro-facility in 4 to 6 months. This system is 87% more carbon efficient than traditional centralized production. Each microfactory is solar-powered and carbon neutral. Their capital cost per vehicle? $1,200. Tesla, $9,800. Labor cost? $420. Tesla, $2,400. Mobius doesn't try to replace humans with robots. Their approach, collaborative optimization, uses automation where needed and human flexibility where it matters most. The global ripple effect. This isn't a science experiment. Mobius has already produced over 200,000 battery packs and sold 217,000 vehicles across Africa and Asia. They've captured 34% of the EV market in emerging economies. A 6-month order backlog of 380,000 vehicles, 42% gross margin versus Tesla's 21% profitability within 9 months of launch. In India, they outsold Tata's EVs 3 to 1. In Indonesia, they grabbed 41% market share in a single year. "We're seeing the smartphone moment for EVs," says analyst Sophia Chen. Just like Chinese phone makers disrupted Apple and Samsung, Mobius is democratizing EVs. The biggest threat? Mobius isn't targeting Tesla's existing customers. They're targeting the next billion drivers, people who couldn't afford a $40,000 EV. But they can afford a $5,000 one. The future of EVs is being built in Africa. Tesla, GM, and Toyota are watching closely. GM even sent a team to study Mobius's model. Toyota reportedly offered $2 billion for their manufacturing tech. Mobius said no. "The Western system is broken," says Mobius COO Abasi Okafor. "It's bloated, expensive, and designed around everything but affordability. We've shown the world there's a better way." The question now isn't if this African EV revolution can scale globally. It's whether legacy automakers will get out of its way. Because one thing is clear, the future of electric vehicles won't be decided in Silicon Valley. It's being built right now in Nairobi. The question isn't whether Mobius will disrupt the global auto industry. It's how fast the disruption will unfold. Mobius has proven that building affordable, reliable, and sustainable electric vehicles doesn't require massive factories, billion-dollar budgets, or luxury features. It just requires rethinking the problem from the ground up. While legacy automakers chase high-margin luxury sales and Tesla bets on futuristic concepts like robo-taxis, Mobius is quietly scaling a transportation revolution that's grounded in the needs of real people. And this revolution is already spreading. Governments across Africa and Southeast Asia are partnering with Mobius to deploy public EV fleets. Rural communities that were once cut off by poor infrastructure are gaining access to reliable transportation for the first time. And small business owners, rideshare drivers, and delivery workers are trading in gas-guzzling cars for electric alternatives that pay for themselves in less than a year. Mobius is also exporting its micro-manufacturing blueprint. offering licensing deals that allow other developing nations to create local jobs and avoid the dependency traps of global supply chains. In effect, they're decentralizing not just EV production, but the economic power that comes with it. And in the West, some are finally starting to pay attention. Analysts at Morgan Stanley recently described Mobius as the most important automotive company you've never heard of. Bloomberg called them the anti-Tesla, practical, scalable, and impossible to ignore. And policymakers in Washington are reportedly evaluating whether microfactory subsidies could give the US a shot at competing with this new wave of distributed manufacturing. But there's still skepticism. Can this model work in high-regulation, high-cost markets like the US and Europe? Can Mobius maintain quality as it scales? Can it compete on tech and features if customers begin to demand more luxury? Those questions remain open, but one thing is clear: the EV future isn't being built in Silicon Valley or Detroit anymore. It's being assembled piece by piece in small factories across Kenya. And it's coming to a neighborhood near you much sooner than anyone expected. Mobius hasn't just built a $5,000 electric car. They've built a movement.